Welcome back, and it's still Newsweek, where we discuss the biggest stories that made the headlines in the week. Away from politics now, it was a Black Thursday in Ogun State, as the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says it has lost more than 65,000 all-collected permanent voter cards, as well as 904 ballot boxes, after 2 of its offices were attacked and set ablaze by hoodlums. According to the chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee of INEC, Festus Okoye, other items destroyed in the attack were 29 voting cubicles, 30 megaphones, 57 election bags, and 8 electric power generators. The state resident electoral commissioner described the incident as unfortunate, saying security agents have commenced investigation into the incident. Let's share some reaction on this with you.
We received a call that the building was set on fire. Immediately we contacted the Commissioner of Police as well as the fire brigade, who rushed to the premises and tried to salvage whatever could be salvaged there. But as you are aware, we got there this morning and we realized that a lot of damage occurred categorically on that for now. Investigation is ongoing in respect of that. We are conducting our in-house investigations and also the security agencies are conducting theirs. We will come up with the position of your question in due course.
Well, I still have in the studio with me political analyst Nis Saliu and media consultant Chino Obasi via Zoom. Ni, let me come to you. What do you think, or what really could be the motive or goal of these Osunists?
Well, first, it's a clarion call to security agencies to be more vigilant, to be ready for what is to come. A lot of issues will emanate from the way election is handled, the way campaigns are handled, and a lot of people will have grievances emanating from primaries that were conducted. And it is commonplace that people who have grievances will misdirect their grievances to hold people who shouldn't be a part of the issues responsible. So, and in this case, INEC is where all the angers, all the frustration will go. So they will remain, and their offices will remain targets, to people who are not law-abiding, that's where I'll put it, and who have various issues that they think cannot be resolved at the court or through the internal processes of their party. So INEC itself should be vigilant. The people in the society should cooperate with the police, with INEC, to report any cases that that cause for concern. So now, having said that, the people should also realize that all these things that are destroyed are, put there with public funds and that could have been used for other things. But we invested in our democracy. And if they are destroyed, monies too will be taken from where, from monies that should go to infrastructure, should go to agriculture, you put those things back in place. So it is a collective loss. So my advice is that, look, we are going to continue to have differences. INEC as people, is populated by people, and errors should be made. So people should learn to manage their anger, their frustration, and also know the right places to channel them.
With just 3 months to general election, what do you think is the implication of this?
Well, for me, it's happening early. So what it means is that if anyone thought that it was going to be peaceful, seamless, maybe we need to look again. So it allows us time to get ready, get prepared to forestall any, potential crisis that might emanate, that will have the capacity to frustrate the elections. So it calls for concern. It's really worrisome. And it also is a call to various stakeholders. Whatever they're doing, they should conduct themselves in a very transparent manner that will, be devoid of rancor, will be devoid of, suspicions, and will guarantee people fairness. And at least will show that there's integrity in the process, so that people will not be pushed to, to the wheat, and will control whatever escalation that, should happen otherwise. So for me, number one, government has a responsibility to guarantee that they create the enabling environment for all of these things to happen. They also have a responsibility to create trust and confidence amongst electorates and political parties. The leadership of various political parties also need to be fair to, and practice internal democracy, such that people will not take laws in their hands. Then the people themselves should know that this is a country of law and order. And whoever runs foul of the law will be punished.
All right. Let me come to you, Chino. Are you there? Chino, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So there is always this issue of security personnel on duty being overpowered. What do you suggest INEC should do to prevent this from happening again?
You're faint. Can you speak a bit louder, please?
Okay, I'm asking the issue of security personnel on duty being overpowered. What do you suggest INEC should do to prevent this from happening again?
Okay, thank you once more. I believe that there is an inter-security consultative forum where the INEC and the security agencies interface. They need to up their dialogue in that area. And then I believe also that INEC offices across the country, because of the importance of INEC, most especially going into the elections for next year, that people who are not well, who do not mean well for the country, may target them, and which is what part of the things we are saying. So to that extent, I believe that INEC, in conjunction with the security organizations that form that coalition that they have, should be able to come up with a framework that provides 24/7 surveillance and security across the country at every INEC office.
All right, thank you, Shino.
And that is one. Number two.
Oh, okay.
Number two. This attack on INEC, I see it also as an economic sabotage, because they're saying that they have lost over 60,000 PVCs.
All right, let's finally go to our last story for tonight. In the wake of the crisis rocking the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, and moves to resolve the internal dispute, former President Goodluck Jonathan has been drafted in to resolve the issues with stakeholders of the party. According to former Governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suzwam, it became imperative to salvage the party from shipwrecking itself. The former governor is hopeful that with the recent moves to reconcile aggrieved members, the party will be more united ahead of the 2023 presidential election. Right. So let me come to you now.
Okay.
There have been unsuccessful move by the PDP to bring the warring parties to negotiation table. Why do you think this is difficult? Why do you think this is always looking like it's not going to happen? The whole crisis keep coming up and not that.
Well, any society that there's no sincerity in negotiations, discussions, and there's no equity, you are not going to have peace. Because there's injustice. And to me, there's no issue to resolve here. From what I hear in the news, the issues are quite simple. Is that of fairness? Is that of equity? And what is right? Adherence to federal character. That's what I think the Wike group are asking for. And these things are quite simple. Number one, what are the issues? Number one, there's a presidential candidate from the north. It follows that the chairman of the party should not come from the north. Those are very simple issues that can be resolved. Number two, I've also heard that the governors have asked for a commitment from the presidential candidate to commit to federal character principles. That is basic. It should even form the bedrock of any presidential campaign. It shouldn't be part of what should be discussed at the table. So it is a matter of sincerity, a display of sincerity from the PDP presidential candidate. He needs to build confidence in his party. If a man says he wants to unite his party, he wants to be the leader of the country and is capable of uniting Nigeria, he now is the leader of his party. He needs to demonstrate it by force uniting his party. That is how he can even convince people who are apolitical, who will just come, show up on the day of the election and vote. If you are not going to be able to resolve the issues within your family, you can't become the king of a community. How do you do that? Charity, they say, begins at home. So first thing is that there's no need to draft this. It's a waste of time, especially waste of the time of the electorate. There's no need to draft anybody. The issues have been put to the table. The presidential candidate of the party should look at it and demonstrate the capacity of a unifying factor that he has referred himself as, and resolve the issues. And the issues are quite simple. Is that of fairness, is that of equity, and adherence to the principle of federal character. So are three issues that can easily be resolved by the candidate. Anything short of that is insincerity, and it amounts to deceit, especially for unsuspecting Nigerians who just want to come to the ballot on that day to cast their vote. If you say you want to resolve Nigerians' problem, you must start from the point of view of equity and the capacity to truly unite this country, and fairness, because Nigeria is a multiracial, multi-ethnic group, nation. So anyone that wants to be president needs to show that he's sincere.
All right, I just want to quickly get your side of the story. Chino, in a few seconds, it's just few months to election. Do you think the party is really doing enough to ensure the crisis does not jeopardize the candidates, its candidates' chances of winning? All right, it's quite unfortunate, Chino. I think we've lost connection with Chino. But I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Niyi Saliu, media consultant.
Thank you.
Thank you.